We're trying out the new Milwaukee mini saw, working on this fence line, getting the grub cleared out. We've got a pile going over here. It's working pretty good, isn't it, honey?
Yeah. Doing a pretty good job.
Joe's got two chainsaws, but they are both gas powered, and he usually has to do some work on both of them before they'll start. So I thought this battery operated mini saw would be something I could use too. But I want to show you all what's growing up here. See these thorns on this thing? They're all up and down. And they're very dangerous. Could poke a horse's eye out or a human's eye out. So we need to get all of this cut out going up the hill. Well, just as we were quitting and pulling through the branches, one of those thorns got me in the top of the head, and so I got to get this cleaned up. I think I got most of the blood out, and it stopped bleeding. And it's hard to find where the puncture was. It's so tiny, but I think it's back here somewhere. I don't even feel it. So I'll get Joe to look at it and put some antibiotic ointment on it. I've already put peroxide on it. So we should have worn a hat. We should have had goggles on to protect our eyes. But I just didn't know that they had gotten that big. And we were just really going to be out there for a short period of time just to test out the little mini saw. And it does work great. We're happy with that. But those thorns did a number on me. Well, we got a lot of brush cleared out of that fence line, but we've still have got a lot to go. So we've got to get rid of this load and work some more. But today it's calling for rain. It's already drizzling this morning, so I don't guess we'll work on it today. So we'll wait for another pretty day and work on it again. visitors are coming by quite often these days. I couldn't really see that helicopter for the trees, but that makes the third one that's gone over. Down there it goes. It's the third one that's gone over this morning. Hey y'all, welcome to our Appalachian Life. We're in the kitchen today and we're going to make a dessert for Valentine's Day. Today is not Valentine's Day, but it is this week.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite things to fix for a Valentine's dessert is these brownie strawberry cups. And they're really easy to put together. They're pretty and they are delicious and everybody loves them. We're not having any company over for Valentine's Day, or we're not expecting the boys or the grandson, but I'll make it for me and Joe, and I'll just show you how I make it in case you would like to make them sometime. But we've not had much to do this week video-wise, have we? We've not really been doing anything interesting, so we're a little late on putting a video out. But Joe used to write me poems. I'm still coughing or a scratchy throat every once in a while. But he used to write poems for me at Valentine's Day. And 2 times that I know of that you've done that. And I've saved them. So I have found those and he's going to read them to y'all. But first I'm going to make this dessert. So let's get busy doing that. Okay, so to make these brownie strawberry cups, you bake a box brownie mix, and I use the White Lily chocolate fudge. Bake it according to the directions on the box. So I have that out of the oven and it's cooled. So I'm going to make 4 of these in these little glass cups that I have. I call them my parfait cups. So I've got a container of strawberries that I've sliced and a container of Cool Whip, and I have a bottle of this Smucker's Magic Shell chocolate. When you refrigerate it, it turns hard, like you get a ice cream cone dipped in chocolate at Dairy Queen. So I'm going to cut these brownies. Pinch off pieces of the brownie and put in the bottom of each cup. And I'm going to use about 2 brownies for each cup. I'm going to layer it. I think that's enough right there. Let me put some in the bottom of this. Okay. So you got the bottom covered with pieces of brownie. Now I'm going to take the sliced strawberries and put on top of that. And our local grocery store didn't have any really good fresh looking strawberries. It's like they had to pick them before they really got all the way ripe. So I had to cut a lot of the top off of them. Okay, so now I've got the strawberries layered there. Now first I'm going to do the hard shell chocolate. I like the hard shell chocolate on top of the strawberry. And you shake these very, very well. I've already shook it once. But you drizzle that over the strawberries. Okay, so I have the chocolate on top of the strawberries. I'm going to add a little more brownie to it. Not as much as I put on the bottom, but okay. Then I'm going to add more strawberries on top of the brownie. I'm going to press it down a little bit to make room for the Cool Whip that goes on top. Okay, then you put a little more chocolate on top of those strawberries.
It is. That's mine it.
I can shake that up some more. Okay, now set the brownies to the side. Bring in the Cool Whip and put it on top. Okay, then you just drizzle a little more chocolate on top, and this seems to be a little thick, so I don't know if it's going to drizzle or not. I was trying to do a heart shape drizzle. And that's all there is to it, and you refrigerate it. Look how pretty that looks. And it is delicious. And you refrigerate it, and this chocolate will create that hard shell, and they'll be ready to eat later this evening. You can also, if you want to make this and take it to a party or somewhere, like I took it to my ladies' prayer group. We have a potluck luncheon and prayer group once a month, and I took a bunch of these to that. And I made them in these smaller clear cups, throwaway cups, and then to take them there, I set them down inside of the muffin tin so they would be stabilized in transporting. So that works well too, and everybody loved them there too. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you, and Joe is going to read the 2 poems that he made, that he wrote for me. I can't remember what year one of them was. The other one is dated. But I'll put the camera on him and let him read for you. Okay, I found these 2 poems. I've got one of them framed. This is the one he wrote before we were married. We were married in 2000. And then another one that he wrote on the back of a piece of mail that we had. And he dated this one 2010. But he'll read these to you.
I'll do the best I can. What I've got to do with.
You gotta speak up.
I'm going to speak up.
They're editing.
Okay. Joanna Lee Davis. Lunch on the table, cars on the track. I can't wait till you get back. Biscuits on the table, coffee in the pot. I think you are hot. Lips are red, cheeks are cold. When I get near you, I get bold. Josie's in the lot, Charlie's snoring. Without you, life would be boring. Horses have hair, Birds have feathers. Better late than never. Be my Valentine, please. Joseph Maxwell Horn.
Okay, so before we were married, I'd usually come to Joe's house on Sunday afternoons after church and cook lunch for him and whatever boys were here. And we spend the afternoon together and go back to church, and then I would go home. But his thing during NASCAR season is he has to watch the race. That's why he says cars on the track. That's what that means. He's watching NASCAR on a Sunday afternoon. He had 2 dogs, a beagle dog named Charlie, and another dog that was his son's dog named Josie, and they kept Josie in the dog lot. But Charlie stayed out here by the kitchen, and the porch we have off the kitchen door, he would lay under that porch and he would snore, and you could hear him snoring from inside the house. So that's what he's talking about. Josie's in the lot and Charlie's snoring. So that was that point before we got married. So I'll set that to the side, and here's another poem he wrote in 2010, 10 years later. Probably more than 10 years later, because that was before 2000. It's probably 1999 or something.
I'm going to start over on that.
Okay, this poem he wrote in 2010, and he kind of, what's the word I'm looking
Messed
for?
it up.
He didn't mess it up, but he tried, you call that an acronym? He used the letters A-E-I-O-U.
Which means?
Are those the vowel sounds? A-E-I-O-U.
Yeah.
A-E-I-O-U. And then he built upon each letter. So he's got the capital A-E-I-O-U going down here. So you can go ahead and read that.
A, always there for me. E, very thing and more to me than I deserve.
Everything to me is what you're saying. Everything and more to me than I deserve. And the I stands for what?
I, independent when you need to be. But you share your life with me. Outstanding.
O is for outstanding.
Yes, it is, my dear. In all the important things. You, understanding when I don't deserve it. Such as when I forget special events. Happy Valentine Day. Love, Joe. Is on February 14th, 2010. And that was a Daytona 500 race based on that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So, I love these poems, and I keep them, and I cherish them. So that's just, you couldn't get me anything, buy me anything that I would appreciate and cherish any more than putting your words on paper on how you feel about me, honey.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh, I love you. Come here.
Okay.
She's special.
So I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day and show your love to one another. And God bless you, and keep walking in the light.